Hello, everyone. Again, I'm here getting ready for this interview with the guys of Raven. I have the brothers. It's amazing, right? Because sometimes, I've seen some interviews with you mostly. So now I have John and Mark. And okay, let's talk about the DVD. How are you guys?
We are doing good.
Awesome.
We are good.
Yeah.
Really good, yeah. Good to be here.
So I know you released last year, but still is kind of news. The DVD, which I don't have a copy. Do you have a copy here? Because
Yes.
it would be great.
Yes, we'll fix you up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hiding in that case over there, so we'll get you one.
Yeah, we had all these different, kind of bootlegs and stuff and different kinds of footage that we enjoyed. And we thought we need to put that out so everybody that is our fans can see that stuff and see some of the history of the band and stuff. So we looked at different ways to approach it, and we just kind of wanted to put as much stuff into that as possible, as far as the photographs and the old footage and the history, and just kind of pack it full. So it ended up being like 3 hours long, and then there's a lot of extra footage too. And it's more just for the fans, more than just being like some kind of promotional thing or something that's like really done very slick. We just kind of did a kind of like, kind of Rambo, kind of just get in there and make it happen. And it ended up coming out great. And we got a lot of feedback from it. People really enjoyed it. And they seem like when they watch it, they want to just keep watching it, go back and watch it again. So
Yeah, there's so much content, you can't take it all in the first time. Even, we know the band, we've seen most of the footage, and you watch it back, I didn't see that. Where did that come from? So it bears repeated viewing, which is good. And we could have made it an hour and 15 minutes long, and made it like a slick little, here's these guys that did well and then fell apart and then got back together and all this, the typical Hollywood rags to riches or what have you. And they said no, it's the fans have wanted to see this stuff for a long time. We've got footage from 1983 when we had Metallica opening up for us with footage from then, all the way to the present, and there's little interview segments with people like Lars Ulrich, Dee Snider, Chuck Billy, Michael Wagner, our producer.
How did you get them to give them,
I have a couple of friends in California who were there at the beginning, people like Brian Lowe and who was that other character?
Oh, from reality TV.
Yeah, from reality TV. They knew some of the guys. He got in touch with Lars, and they were all very happy to do it, which was awesome. So.
Well, obviously the question that everybody wants to know is about any option about the new album.
Yeah, well, we're in the studio actually right now. We just took a break to do these few dates with Accept, and they're friends of ours, and they asked us to come and do it. So we just kind of dropped. We have the guitars recorded, and we haven't got vocals yet, but we're like probably about halfway through the recording process. But we're also doing a thing because the business is changing as far as the music industry. A lot like the CDs and downloads and all that. So we're doing something a little different this time, and we're doing a Kickstarter to raise money because we also are doing it's an album of covers, which are songs that really influenced us and not the mainstream songs you used to hear, and some songs from there's a song from Nazareth and a song from Slade and some of these other bands that people are not quite exposed to. So we did that mainly for fun, but that's going to be part of promoting the next record. But the next record will come out in the spring, and that's what it's slated for right now. And it's really, we spent a lot of time writing material for this record. I think it's our heaviest record, and it just is. There's not one song that's not super happening. We were kind of sick and tired of people saying, All for One is that's your best record. And we're like, enough, screw that record. We want to make a better record than that. So after all these years, we thought, there's a lot of bands who they just go out and play their old songs. They don't write anything new. And we're thankful for bands like Accept and people who are still trying, to be creative and make new music. And that's where we're at. We want to make something that's going to kick your ass. So we're excited about it, really.
Yeah, we were happy with the last record. It was a big return back to form for us. And we definitely upped our game on this one. It's just a lot more direct. It's a combination of really heavy riffs and strong melodies.
How many songs?
We've recorded 14 and we recorded 11 covers. and we have to play games with certain territories where they need an extra track and all this. So how it's going to shake out, I'm not quite sure. But we've got our hands full trying to decide which ones are going on the record. It's hard. They're all very good, which is great. It's a good place to be.
There's any guest that is going to be part of the CD, the album? Any guest?
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm guest vocalist on this.
Okay.
I'm duetting with myself on this
No,
album.
we don't need
which
any
is good.
guests.
And let me tell you, I was very hard to work with.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was terrible, but don't worry about it.
I hear that John that is working in Japan
Oh,
is awful,
this guy Mark on guitars.
I play better. I don't play
Such
guitar.
a pain in the ass.
This much talent, let me tell you.
Some of the titles of the record, Destroy All Monsters was a live album, so we really liked that, so we made a song around that. So Destroy All Monsters, which is kind of like, if you've seen that movie Pacific Rim, it's kind of like our version of that. And there's a song called Fight, which is about just freaking never giving up. And there's some really kind of like big ideas and big like kick-ass kind of, we have a positive edge to our stuff, we always have had, so we kind of brought that to the forte this time and really pushed that. But I think people are going to be really happy with this record. I'm over the moon with it so far. And we wrote like 40 songs to do this record.
So do you have any name already for the album?
It will be called Extermination.
Awesome.
And we have a crazy cover for it.
Do I have to buy diapers to listen it?
I think so.
I think so.
Discrimination.
I was going to knock your fucking head off, mate, let me tell you. It is. It is indeed.
Well, I had mentioned that I am interviewing one of the oldest bands, okay, alive, because you mentioned in one interview that you started in 1862.
1862, yeah.
So you are either a Mummy and Brad Mummy or a vampire, guys, because I can't believe it.
Exactly. Well, that was a bit of a goof because we really started in 1745. So
Yeah.
Jacobite Rebellion, heavy metal was very popular back then.
Right.
This is our 40th anniversary this year of forming the band.
Wow.
Yeah.
1974.
So it might as well be 1763 or whatever.
Yeah, I was born when you started.
Yeah, we were in high school and we just, were big fans of metal, and we grew up with bands like Deep Purple, Sabbath, and even bands like Slade and The Sweet, who had heavy songs on their albums. And we were into all that, going to the concerts and all that, seeing Budgie live and all these bands. And we thought, man, we could do that. We could be in a band like them guys. And that's how a lot of this starts. I mean, I remember we played a gig in Europe, 1982. And at that gig, there was the guys from Creator, Doro Pesh was there. Who else?
She's hot.
Coroner,
about 10 bands.
Rage, all these guys.
All
This
kids
was
in
it was actually in 83. It was a little festival in 83.
Wow.
And I hung out in the parking lot. I was talking to all these guys. Tom from Sodom, Miller from Creator. And they'd either started or they started bands right after that. And they've all told me this through the years after that. So, that's great to have helped inspire a lot of these people. It's great.
Yeah. When was the last part of the history of the band that you enjoyed most?
The last part?
The last part.
No, the best part. The best time you had playing together.
Best
in
parts.
83.
Best parts always next.
It's always next. We're not really, you can't do anything about the past, and you can't, the future isn't here yet, so it's right now. If you're not living in the moment, then you're kidding yourself, So we really are focused on what we're doing right now. We had some great times,
That's partially what the
concerts.
DVD was, to set that, okay, this is what we've done, this is where we've been. We've done a lot of really cool stuff and had a great time with just about everything we've done. But there's still new frontiers to be conquered, new places to go, new people to meet, and more music to write and more gigs to play. So, which is great,
This year we reunited with Metallica, who we hadn't played with in a long time, and we opened for them in Brazil, and 70,000 people in Sao Paulo, and it was just awesome. It was great to just hang out with them guys and just kind of reconnect and have that history, of all that, like when they were coming up and they were just starting out and roughing it, like we were. So it's kind of cool to have connect with these people again over the years. But I mean, like I said, that was a couple of months ago, and now we're on to something else. So we're all about now, you know.
Friends. Are you guys football fans?
Yeah, you know, soccer's good. We watched the World Cup, so England.
Let's call it properly football.
Football.
Not football, no soccer.
Not soccer, if, by
I
soccer.
know. But you know, we saw England go home real quick as usual.
Yeah,
That
that's
kinda
why I
sucked.
asked you how was your feelings in that moment. I mean, if you are really hard dive fans or like, I don't give
You
a
know,
shit.
we used to be more into it, especially living in England. We live in the States now, but it's really coming up in the States, which is cool. And it's just a great game. I mean, and to a lot of people, it's so important, you know, in the culture. So I think
They're just starting to get it over here. But the World Cup was awesome. There were some great players, some great stuff. And poor Brazil got their asses handed to them by Germany. That was cruel. But hey, it happens. You can't be top dog forever. And they got to retool and start over, you know?
Yeah, lucky me that I don't have to interview or accept.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
want.
Yeah. You know what they'll talk about.
The name of the band Raven. Why did you choose that? I mean, how member was already taken?
I guess, yeah.
We
It
were
was
back-
so long ago, I don't know.
We were kids when we formed the band, and we decided to form a band. What are we going to call the band? We all put names on little bits of paper and threw them into a hat, basically, or made a list. And I think Raven was the name we hated the least. We hated all the other names. All the other names were stupid. So,
Like what?
oh, I can't remember. It's, you know, Crispy Ambulance or some nonsense like that. Who the hell knows?
It's 40 years ago. We had that name for 40 years. I mean, we didn't start out as a different band. And if you look in the video, it's pretty cool. You'll see early on Raven, and it has Raven written in like Hell's Angel writing on the drums, because we were kind of hooked up with these Hell's Angel guys. And then a little later on, it's like Raven, and it's written like a bird's wings before the logo that everybody knows today. So it's, you know, it's kind of cool that we kept that. We've been with that name for so long and did the same thing for so long.
And it's good because it's not like being tied down to like, oh yeah, I play for, you know, Knife Your Mother or you know, Beastal Diarrhea or whatever they call themselves. Can you imagine? So, you know, the name's got connotations and maybe being a little dark or whatever, just a little, but you're not tied down to one thing, so that's kind of good.
Well, let's talk about the future. Are you going to play with Girls' School?
We did. We played with Girls' School back in November last year.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
all
in Europe. That was a lot of fun reconnecting with those guys. They're crazy.
We're going out in the States. We start October 3rd in Pompano Beach, Florida, and we're doing like 37 dates up until Thanksgiving over here, and then we're going to be touring back in the States with a couple of different people. We haven't confirmed that yet, but then we're going to be going to Europe in March, and then we're going to
Possibility of doing Australia.
Yeah, Australia for the
and
first
going
time.
back to Japan.
Okay.
So working on all this good stuff like that.
Festivals next year. We're going to be touring on this record, at least for next year, pretty solidly. So, you know, we're...
Any plans or something talking about Latin America in general?
Yes, we'll probably go back at some point next year as well.
Okay.
Our connection down there, Mr. Rodrigo, is very insistent to bring us back soon. So
Yeah, I think the fall, because it was very successful, our last trip down there, so I think the fall of next year. And we like to try and get in some of the other countries, you know. We've done some... Bolivia we did time before last, and we'd like to try to get into Mexico and some of these other countries that we haven't played there, and Colombia and Bogota and all that.
get round. But we do enjoy Brazil. Brazil's crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Brazilian girls.
Oh yeah, well,
I
that's
can tell.
sign 'em more.
Okay, guys. Anything else you want to say to the fans?
Hey, Mr. John, thank you so much for your support.
Right.
We are so damn lucky to be able to do what we do and to rock your freaking socks off. New album's coming out soon. Watch out for it, and we will be on the road.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you soon.
You can curse. You can say a bad word in British style.
I'll tell you anything you need to know.
You daft twat. You fucking sackless bastard.